NetApp NS0-184 real questions are newly updated for your best preparation. 1. You are installing a new 6-node ONTAP 9.8 cluster. You have completed the initial configuration of the cluster interconnect switches and the ONTAP cluster. In this scenario, which feature should you enable? A. Cluster switch logging. B. Cluster switch health monitor. C. IPv6 on all cluster ports. D. Data center bridging protocol. Answer: B. 2. After the successful installation of a NetApp ONTAP cluster, the customer wants to know how to view telemetry data. The customer also wants to receive online information about any risks with the cluster and potential best practice gaps. Which tool satisfies the customer's requirements? A. ActiveIQ Digital Advisor. B. Interoperability Matrix Tool. C. Spot by NetApp. D. Cloud Manager. Answer: A. 3. You properly cabled and powered on a new clustered data ONTAP node. The customer now wants to continue the configuration from a remote location. What would be used to meet these requirements? A. System Setup Tool. B. Cluster Config Builder. C. Synergy. D. Service Processor. Answer: D. 4. You are installing a new 6-node ONTAP 9.8 cluster. You have completed the initial configuration of the cluster interconnect switches and the ONTAP cluster. In this scenario, which feature should you enable? A. Cluster switch logging. B. Cluster switch health monitor. C. IPv6 on all cluster ports. D. Data center bridging protocol. Answer: B. 5. You want to use the NetApp Docs tool to collect information on a newly configured ONTAP 9.8 cluster and to generate a Word document with the details of the cluster configuration. Which two data sources would you use to collect the necessary data? Choose 2. A. ActiveIQ Digital Advisor. B. ActiveIQ Unified Manager. C. ONTAP Cluster. D. Auto Support Packages. Answer: C. D. 6. You are a NetApp Professional Services Engineer, employed by NetApp. You have just completed an ONTAP cluster installation. You need to collect the relevant configuration information to enable the Service Event Report (SER) to be created. Which tool would you use to accomplish this task? A. ActiveIQ Scheduled Reports. B. NetApp Docs Output Report. C. ONTAP System Manager. D. ActiveIQ Config Advisor Worksheet. Answer: C. 7. You have completed a clustered data ONTAP installation for a new customer. You are now ready to hand off the system to the customer. Which 3 actions should you take at this stage in the installation process? Choose 3. A. Show the customer how to open a case with NetApp support. B. Demonstrate System Manager and its functionality. C. Tell the customer to call their sales representative if there are further questions. D. Tell the customer you are finished and then leave the site. E. Show the customer how to set up a support account. Answer: Abe. 8. You are preparing for the installation of a new ONTAP 9.8 cluster and need to get the pre-installation information from the customer. In this scenario, which NetApp tool would you use to create a configuration spreadsheet template for the deployment? A. Interoperability Matrix Tool. B. Config Builder. C. Active IQ Config Advisor. D. Active IQ Unified Manager. Answer: B. 9. You are setting up a peer relationship between two ONTAP clusters. In this scenario, which two statements are true regarding authentication? A. Peering authentication status can be verified with the cluster peer show command. B. Peering authentication can be configured using LDAP users and groups. C. Peering authentication is required before enabling peering encryption. D. Peering authentication can use an ONTAP-generated passphrase. Answer: A. D. 10. While troubleshooting an issue with a newly installed system, you used the System Controller Environment Show command. In this scenario, which issue would be diagnosed with this command? A. Controller configuration issues. B. Controller hardware issues. C. Shelf cabling issues. D. Controller version issues. Answer: B.